From the Opupco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching OSU Pregame with Brandon Chatmon. I'm Jenni Carlson. Brandon, if we're talking about game day, it seems that we should be talking about Shaun Lewis. The guy brings it on game day, a freshman that's really coming through. What have you been most impressed with Lewis?
One of the things I've been most impressed with Lewis is just his focus and his intensity as a freshman. A lot of times freshmen come in and they figure, hey, I've got 4 years here, I've got plenty of time to make an impact. He came in and wanted to make an impact immediately, and he's done so. He got his first start against K-State, ends up the second leading tackler. So obviously this guy's a playmaker who's going to have a big-time future for the Cowboys.
He came to play earlier in the year with some interceptions, but Saturday, his tackling against K-State was huge. This guy seems very multi-talented, very multi-faceted with his game. Is he that type of guy that he could be a guy that can drop back, can maybe cover a little bit, but could still bring it with the tackling?
Yeah, without a doubt. That's the thing that I think the coaching staff probably likes most about him. He's so versatile. He has some good speed. He has the ability to make some plays, and one-on-one situations. Going against K-State and Daniel Thomas was the perfect example. There was more than one occasion where he met Thomas one-on-one and was able to bring him down, and that's something you really look for in a linebacker that you play at the star position, is a guy who can support the run game but also be able to support the pass game as well. So Shaun Lewis is kind of emerging as one of those guys on the defense that can really help.
Linebacker was a position heading into the year that looked pretty good. Then injuries started to kick in. How important has Shaun Lewis's emergence at that position become for the Cowboys?
I think it's been key because, if you look at the game against Baylor this weekend, he could be one of those guys that's kind of an X-factor guy, just simply because you can put him in positions and say, hey, we want you to kind of keep an eye on Robert Griffin. You're one of these guys that has the ability to keep up with him and has the ability, if you meet him in one-on-one situations, to make the play. So he could kind of be an X-factor against Baylor as opposed to what happened against Nebraska, when you really didn't have that type of guy who you could maybe match up one-on-one in a spy situation against Taylor Martinez.
One last thing, is this Baylor offense more dangerous than the Nebraska offense? How do you compare the two?
I'd say it's a little bit more dangerous just simply because some of the perimeter threats that Baylor brings to the table in terms of some of their wide receivers. I think Robert Griffin is a better passer than Taylor Martinez, but on the same facet, I think the Cowboys will be prepared for him to throw the ball a little bit more than they were prepared for Taylor Martinez to throw the ball. But at the end of the day, Baylor probably brings a little bit more of a test just simply because they're so versatile and they can do so many different things that push a defense.
All right. Thanks, Brandon. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman. Remember, our OSU pregame is brought to you by Eskridge Lexus. Stop in and see them today.